Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
Hey everybody, I'm Michael.
Hey everybody, I'm Cleve.
Hey everybody, I'm Stephanie.
It's so exciting. Stephanie's on for the first time ever with us on Twitch. She's pumped. We can see it in her face. She said she's gonna forget that she's live, so I'm just gonna keep reminding her that she's live. But anyways, we are Friendship Supreme, and we're actually going to be doing our first ever live podcast today. We are the podcast that dares to ask, what was the cause of 2020? And I think we have our answer.
I don't think so.
You don't think that... Okay, hold on. So this came out 12/20 of 2019. That's 11 days before the new year. And you don't think that this was some kind of demon summoning ritual that happened here?
We flew too close to the sun, Stephanie.
Look, you made Ian McKellen do things, and because of that...
Things I'll never unsee. My
Ian
Magneto.
McKellen was living his best life.
He still is. You notice how we haven't really seen him in much lately, if anything?
'Cause
I
he don't
think
give
he's
a
in his
damn.
house right now as a cat.
Mm-hmm.
I'd feel real bad if he had died, because I've lost track of everybody that's died, but I don't think he has, so...
I don't think he has. I think I'd remember that one.
Well, that's fair. But anyways, today is the anniversary, the first year anniversary of Cats, the movie, which as a team we all went and saw in a movie theater, because I thought I really, really, really wanted to see this movie. Are those cat ears or bunny ears you got on? Kangaroo, maybe?
At a certain point, does it matter?
That's fair. They didn't. The directors didn't care. So
It's better than the CGI that we got in that fucking movie.
Okay, so we all watched. So we all watched Cats a second time. Possibly for Stephanie, like a fifth or sixth time. I'm not sure.
No, I appreciate the movie for what it is, but I don't want to watch it.
I think it's because your lack of access. If you had it on hand,
I like to think that now
I
she
think
has
it
my
would be
HBO. Yeah, she has my HBO Max login now, and like I just imagine that it's on 24/7 in her.
I imagine she's at work with her headphones on, like going through the house, like waiting for a call to come in.
So, after your second time of watching this movie, have you discovered what Jellicle actually means?
Dirty?
I feel like I have a better understanding of Jellicle.
Street cat who knows where it's at.
Ooh, like an Aristocat?
I guess
Yeah,
so.
because we did that song.
Everybody wants to be
Because a cat is a cat that knows where it's at. We don't need Jellicle.
in the feline swing. But no, if you think about it, because Victoria starts out. So, how do we do this episode? Do people want to
Michael,
know about the movie? Do I even need to get into this?
Can you tell someone about the movie?
Yeah, I can tell you a little bit about the movie. Okay, so
well, just quick synopsis.
yeah, a young cat, a kitten, if you would, named Victoria, is thrown on the streets in a bag, and she's met with a wonderful gentleman, by the name of God, I can't even remember, Munku Strap, who introduces her to every kind of cat that there is. But she started. What's that?
Monkey Strap.
Munku Strap, who starts the entire thing out with basically, are you Jellicle or not, and then goes into kind of singing about Jellicle cats, but never describes what the word Jellicle means. And then the entire movie is kind of like you remember those old 80s dating videotapes that you'd make and send them out to people and try to catch, catfish someone?
Yes, I remember making those.
That's what
Made
what
about
they were,
3.
right? Like that's essentially what that was. I get like a 10-minute snippet of who you are as a cat.
It would make dating a lot easier. It's like live Tinder profiles, but they think at you.
Right.
But instead of getting a date, you get floated into the air to never be seen again.
Jason Derulo just seems to be getting a lot of cat dates.
So you want to be Jellicle so that eventually Judi Dench, who plays Deuteronomy, will pick you to be chosen to go to the Heaviside layer, which we find out means they're going to be reborn as another cat and live another cat life.
But a better cat life, maybe.
But they're not guaranteed better.
Just new.
New. It just
I've messed
new.
this one up. I cannot fix this one. I need a new guys. I need a new cat life.
And here's the thing: like, some of those cats don't really deserve that love. Like,
I don't understand why. Okay, so all the cats want to be the Jellicle cat, except for the twins. I don't think they cared.
Mongo Jerry and Rumpelteazer.
Right. So
Cleve refuses to learn the names of any of them. I will force him to learn them.
It's in every one of their songs.
Idris Elba cat wants to be Jellicle and chosen, but like he's got magic. I feel like he'd want to hang on to that one.
I mean, I don't think so anymore.
And plus, he kind of got cut in the face. Like he looks a little. He looks worse for wear. You know, the one I'm talking about is the Gumby cat. Okay?
He's the cat in the back.
Gumby cat exists, and that's Rebel Wilson, and she's just rough. She's living a real posh life.
You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of when country people call someone a guppy.
A guppy?
Like you city living, easy life having, good for nothings. That's what it feels like.
Okay.
Seems accurate. Also, the one part of the movie that I hate so much. I cannot stand Rebel Wilson's character.
I don't think she was added for the movie. I think that was a character that was established in the musical.
I thought she was added.
Oh, I was saying I thought all the characters were like from the Broadway. But in fairness, we've not seen the Broadway. You guys would like, we could do that too.
No,
that's next year. Next year's the Broadway musical.
I mean, but it's a bad Broadway. Who thought this would be a good movie?
It's the longest running Broadway to ever exist.
It doesn't mean it's good.
Fourth longest in the U.S.
People still go see it.
I went and saw this movie
in the U.K.
It's been
That's
running
ridiculous
since forever. Beth.
I know. That doesn't mean it's good. It's still bad. It still doesn't make any sense. This movie just topped it with its CG.
Give him the bits.
Well, okay, so I don't know if either of you guys know this, but the movie originally was supposed to be done animated in like 1990. Steven Spielberg was on the case to try to get this movie created, right? He said that they already had the animation down. They knew exactly what they wanted to do, but they could not get a story and gave up. And they said because, quote, it was impossible to make a Cats movie.
Also, what's up, Wolf? Thank you for the bit, sir. Welcome to the first ever podcast live. We'll be running this interestingly, so we'll see how this goes. We're talking about the movie Cats.
Thank you, Wolf.
Now we're discussing the.
Stephanie, say thank you to Wolf.
Thank you, Wolf.
Oh yeah, this is Stephanie. What's up, Giggles? My name is Dallas. I'm from Dallas. Giggles, Wolf, anybody that's coming to the stream, that's Stephanie down below. You never get to see her face, so here she is.
Dang.
But that's interesting that they never did the anime. I mean, Aristocats is basically the same thing, right?
Apparently, they also, whoever was in charge at the time was like, I'm not working with Disney. Like, I'm not, they're not getting this shit. No matter what they say, they're not getting it, which was weird, but okay.
I guess that's fair. You guys do watch the podcast and see Cleve's Instagram post, so you do see her. Also, Cleve's gonna put her Instagram post on one day.
Oh yeah, just share my Instagram because it's not public.
I do that right now.
But
Cats.
Because there's no storyline to Cats except for they're just all singing about themselves to get into
Right, they're all introducing
The other
themselves
side.
to prove how worth it they are to go to the Heaviside layer and be reborn.
Well, and what
That's-
doesn't make sense is once you understand what the movie is about, like it could have a story. They just choose not to let it have one, really. Like you could take the idea that they had for the play and really hammer it down into an actual story. They just don't want to. It's like that's too
That-
hard. I've
That
already
wouldn't
got.
make it Cats. Then it would just be another movie.
Good sir, I have already written the songs. I am moving forward.
Give him the bits. The bits.
Oh man. What's up, dog? Welcome. Hey Moss, how's it going? We were talking about Cats the movie. Okay. You know what? I have a question. So we saw this a year ago, guys. The anniversary is today of this horrible movie. Stephanie got drunk watching it. We yelled and screamed at it while it was happening on the screen. We took pictures. We had cameras out. It was
drunk
a
watching
lot. You drink.
Oh, I had a okay.
You
You had a
indulged.
couple beers.
You had.
You were a head
Grandpa's
start
cough
of
syrup
all
to
of
get
us.
through
I
it.
feel like. At one point, you left to go get another beer. I'm pretty sure. So
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
that sounds.
I thought you meant this last time. I was like,
No,
no,
no.
I did
I
not.
was drunk this time. No.
It makes it better, right?
There's not enough.
There's not enough catnip in the world to make this a solid movie. But my question to you is, what is your least favorite cat? And Stephanie already answered. It's Rebel Wilson for her.
That's everybody's least favorite cat.
Okay.
Skip.
Isn't your least
Sorry.
favorite cat like the train cat for some reason?
I think Skimbleshanks is the most useless introduction and song to exist in this film. Skimbleshanks is a cat, is a tap dancing cat that works on a railroad, and we don't hear from him for an hour and 30 minutes. And then suddenly he's like, I'm gonna also introduce myself and throw my name in the hat. You know who I needed an introduction for was Munkustrap. The first cat that you meet that you never know anything about. Do you know his name unless you look up the credits?
Look,
Probably.
he was being
Okay.
polite. Everybody was going, and he was like, "I'll wait."
I've never seen Cats. Does it have cats? Let me tell you, Giggles, does it have cats? It's got cats like Munkustrap, Kurokopat, which I don't even know which one that is, Plato, Socrates, Victoria, Syllabub, Mr. Mistopheles, Jelly Lorum, McCavity, Rumpleteaser, Mungo Jerry. I mean, it just goes on.
know what?
Jenny Annie Dots, Rum Tum Tugger, Grisabella, Bustopher Jones. Does it have cats?
If let's say you asked that question and you said nobody can repeat an answer, and I had to say a different cat, it would be resting bitch face cat.
I think that's hold on.
The one that's like,
Syllabub.
what are you doing here?
Yeah,
You can't be here.
Oh, the one that never has their own song.
maybe
Yeah.
that could be
She was
Cassandra
like, "You don't
or the leader."
belong.
Yeah.
Like,
So
Yeah.
Chill the fuck out, cat.
the subplot to this story
Just because you
is-
got spayed.
the subplot to this story is about Grisabella, who is played by Jennifer Hudson, and
Number one.
she evidently was real popular, and then one day fucked around with the wrong cat, and because of that, now everybody hates her. Like she got scurvy.
She fucked Magic Cat.
She fucked
That's
Magic Cat real good.
That was a
Didn't sell
conversation I
well.
had with Jennifer.
And when she did that, she got outcasted, and because of that, nobody gives her the time of day except for Victoria, who is this new cat.
New
One thing
cat
I will
now.
say is, other than like the big names that they brought in, like a majority of the cast, this is it. This is what they did. Because they came from like Broadway troupes or ballet troupes or whatever. Like,
You know what? Rewatching it allowed me to look at things that I wasn't looking at the first time. And you should see the level of cat that they put in the background of this movie. Because they'll be talking and, all gesturing, and there's just someone in the back just fucking catting it up. Like, never did it stop. It never stopped being cats. Don't you break character. It's like in a scene where they're at a coffee shop and there's people in the background talking and they're having dinner because, it's a normal. It was like that, but fucking cats around, stray cats, just all hanging out. And one of them was
For
digging
sure.
in the trash. And
What
Pretty
I-
sure they all had to go to cat school too to learn how to
It was an intensive cat school
Move like
too.
a cat.
They did. It was an
According to
official
James
cat
Corden,
school.
it was quite intensive. Also, when I said which is your least favorite cat, Wolf asked if he could pick them all. Well, if you have a cat, you're a cat person. You have to like this movie. It's a rule.
I'm going to buy it for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll send you a
Oh.
copy.
Amazon Prime it to him. That's fantastic.
Merry
Yes,
Christmas,
yes.
Wolf. Have fun watching this. Oh man.
Who's your favorite cat?
At the same time, Skimbleshanks? That mustache is wicked, guys. My favorite cat, I don't have a problem with Rum Tum Tugger, which is Jason Derulo.
Fuck Jason Cat. Fuck him, man. I feel like he still owes me
He don't know you shit.
for this shit.
He's out there on TikTok world right now, just living it up.
You know what? I meant to. I'm gonna do it right now. I meant to comment his ass and be like, "Remember when you made cats, dog?" Do that real quick.
Just every one of his TikToks that he ever has. Hey, remember when you did that cat though?
There he is, Jason Derulo, your bitch ass. I'm still mad. I'm still mad about it. You know why? Because then I have a quote from him. He was like, "It was brave and art, and it excelled different dimensions." I'm like, fuck you. No, it wasn't. It was a terrible fucking movie. You're just excited that the news broke that they had to digitally remove your fucking dong to make you excited about. I don't know if you guys heard about that.
No, please tell me more.
So apparently, while they were all, being jellicle as fuck, Jason showed too much.
Well,
and they had to give him the old digital snip. That way they couldn't see it when he
Can you imagine that he
danced.
stuffed before he went on stage? It was like, nah, I'm gonna get it good. Can you sing the
funny.
theme song to Cats?
How many?
There's no theme song.
The CG crew missed everything in
I
this.
don't know if you can see it, but I put a year ago today you made cats. Fuck you, Jason Derulo.
The CG crew missed so many things, but they didn't forget to cut out his junk.
Apparently, Stephanie, it took that much attention away from the musical.
Mr. Mistopheles, his entire song had full-blown man hands.
Also,
couldn't manage to get that out.
You know why? There was so much of the budget went to the dong.
Giggles would like somebody to sing a song from this. Does one of you guys know a line long enough to sing this song? I took away karaoke, and so she still found a way to ask us to sing a song.
Well, Michael,
I feel like you can sing the Mistopheles part.
I don't know it though. I just hum it in my head. I just know the tune. I don't know the
hum
actual.
It now.
And then I see him shoot his cards everywhere like it's him fucking orgasming.
I mean, Mr. Mistopheles' song is like literally the same sentence over and over.
Yo. Can Cleve sing Memories though?
Has there ever been a cat so jellicle? Something
magical.
Fuck it. I don't know, Stephanie.
He's a magic cat.
Let me pull it up since Doc is being a.
Well, here's the thing about that too, because he was like street magician magic. Fucking Idris Cat was like
Black
literally
magic.
disappearing.
He was fucking. I mean, I know
turning people to dust.
Right. He was making everybody disappear.
Remember, he was like, "Wow."
Don't you let me Google that for you, Doc. I know I know how to use Google. I was actually, because I had to describe this movie to Katie because she refused to watch it, so like I had to tell her what happens in this movie.
You should have held her down.
When describing this, I was like, and then we took some cat who does parlor magic and sleight of hand and said, we're gonna go ahead and stroke his ego hard enough to where he fucking basically orgasms a bunch of real magic on the screen, and somehow.
But not even well, because
only enough
the
to get
cat ended up
Judi Dench
behind
back.
him. It should have been like half of Judi Dench. Like, what did you do?
Okay. I got you right
Send
here.
her back. Send her back.
God, this is such a fucking terrible movie.
I've seen.
And you'll all say oh, well, I never was there ever a cat so clever as the magical Mr. Mustopheles.
You nailed all that.
Yeah, I did. You ain't wrong. Yo, if you guys get a chance, you can just go go watch this movie. It's on HBO Max, guys. You can probably you can YouTube it for free. I guarantee.
I don't doubt
that. At this point, they're not willing to try to copyright strike someone because it's not worth it.
Tom Hooper, the director's like,
whatever. You're talking about my movie. That's all we really care about at this point. What's up, Bob? How's it going tonight? Man, we're getting more trains tonight than we ever do normally. Sorry.
Would you like to know a random fun fact?
I would love to know
movie?
a random fun fact.
So, Cats was the last film of the 2010s to win a Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Picture.
Oh, I believe it.
Tom Hooper, the director, he filmed The King's Speech, which was the first film of 2010 to receive an Academy Award for Best Picture.
The King's Speech did so well.
So you went here 2010,
that's rough.
Here 2019.
So I know. Look, Cleve and I both really dislike this movie. However, Stephanie defends it a lot. So I want to hear from Stephanie. After seeing it the second time, how are you feeling?
It's a bad movie for sure, but it's a bad movie that you can enjoy because it's just so bad.
Did you notice that they improved any of the CGI on the new release?
That's what I was looking for. I was wondering if they were going to improve any of it.
Why would you put any more work towards this movie? You go, you know what?
Yeah.
We put it. So I don't know if you guys remember this, but 2 days after it came out, they re-released a new version with updated CGI, and it still looked like trash.
We saw an updated version.
A week after its release, the director edited and recut the film because critics were giving it so much shit. So it's come through 2 iterations and then hit HBO Max, and it's still trash.
Yeah,
How
like
bad
you can
is it?
see their faces will just like twitch off their face. Their feet and their hands sometimes will just not be the cat hands and feet they are supposed to be.
They lost $100 million on this movie.
Judi Dench's
As they should have.
I'll also never forgive Judi Dench. She owes me.
jewelry. Her jewelry all of a sudden magically appeared on her hand a couple times. You guys
Her
look so
wedding
cute with
ring
their
and
cat
shit?
ears. Yeah. We thought we'd match with our cat ears.
But
I was
my favorite,
practicing cat all
what
day
made this
today.
movie for me was Ian McKellen. I was sold. Once he was in the movie,
He did
Ian
that several
McKellen
times.
might have been the part that broke me as a human being and my soul and my spirit, because I had a lot of respect for this man. He's knighted. Same with Judi Dench and
Dame Judi Dench.
and Sir Ian McKellen. But Ian McKellen rubs his face against a wood post, like he and I think he might have gotten splinters. That's how deep he went into that shit. And then I had
after
to watch
he was
the man,
drinking from a milk bowl.
yeah, I had to watch the man lick a milk out of a bowl, and then he meowed in the air like he was in heat.
When he got kidnapped, he hissed at the other cat, and that was fun. Because he made. I'm watching this again, and I know I had the same thought I had the first time, which was this man was Magneto at one point. He was the toughest mutant who ever crossed this land, and now he is a mangy cat.
Doc says, have you guys heard the theory that companies intentionally make movies that will be busts to even out their revenue for the year so they overall make more? If that's the case, this was a masterpiece. They fucking hit the nail on the head and did whatever job they were trying to do.
You know what? Next year, Cats 2.
Do you remember what his name was? His full name?
Gustafer.
Asparagus.
Well, sure.
But it was too much of a fuss, so he just goes by Gus. Fucking son of a bitch. Fucking Ian McKellen.
But like everyone was giving like half cat performances. They're like, we're not going full cat.
Went in.
He was like, I'm a cat. I'm gonna be a cat. I'm gonna own this cat role.
The only other one that I really like super believed was a cat was Judi Dench. when she shot her leg up with that CGI, and someone else described it as like she was giving the signal that it was okay for everybody to applaud. I saw it as she was so pleased with Gus's performance
Give her
that
like
she
a
was about
twitch.
to lick herself or some shit, and I didn't know what was about to happen. All I could imagine was that Judi Dench was about to try to lick herself on fucking screen, and I couldn't deal with it.
I could, if you know what I'm saying.
Was Rebel wasn't in it? Yes, she was in it, and she was literally the worst in it.
She was hands down. If everyone could pick the same answer, we would write it on a piece of paper and pick it up, and it would say Rebel was the worst fucking cat.
We'd snuff out her fucking flame, send her packing off the goddamn island.
So, I don't know if you guys kept up with any cats after this movie.
No.
But Rebel Wilson and James Corden were on the 2020 Oscars, and they dressed up like shitty cats. And of course, everybody got a super big laugh at it. But then, what's the name? Vies McCrae, which was one of the visual effects people in the movie, tweeted out. He was like, "Hey guys, I haven't watched all of the Oscars, but I assume Wilson and Corden were really classy and thanked me for working 80 hours a week right up until I was laid off from the studio closed." Right?
I was just say, here's the thing, and that's what sucks is like there are people that put sweat and blood into this stupid thing, and I get it, but
so the special effects team worked. So they were told they had 6 months to make a 2.5 minute trailer and 4 months to produce the whole movie. So they said they said they were working 90-hour weeks. They were sleeping underneath their desks. And this is what it caused like a lot of animosity between the team and the director. So part of me wonders if it's spite that it's so bad CGI wise, or did they super take pride in the job? I don't know. I'll never know. I guess I could reach out to the one that I have a quote for and ask them.
They probably, at that point, probably just did what they could. Because that whole movie is CGI'd. I can't imagine how much work that would take. And then in the main parts, like, I can see the Mr. Mistopheles part being out of spite. Like, no, this
Like,
major
we're gonna
part
make
of the
you guys
movie,
good.
we're just going to make his hands man hands.
What'd you say, Michael?
I said, yeah, they were like, we're gonna get you guys good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there a cat that you like? I think Stephanie asked, who was your favorite cat?
I liked Mr. Mistopheles. Or Ian McKellen. Ian McKellen's my hands down my favorite cat.
I mean,
And if it's not that, then it's Mr. Mistopheles.
is there a winner?
Yeah.
I liked James Gordon's cat. Although he was super one-dimensional. He's super one-dimensional. At least he was like, this is what I am. This is what I am. This is who I am.
Big old fat cat.
There's not a lot to it. This is it, baby. This is what you got.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair, I guess. Anybody watching, I'm sorry that I'm messing with that. For whatever reason, suddenly the Cleve's video like shot over, so I'm just moving it around. Stephanie, who was your favorite cat in the movie? Oh, you said Mr. Mistopheles.
Yeah. But then I was like, oh wait, Ian McKellen.
She said Gus.
Gus.
Yeah.
Why not the one on the tugboat?
Grave something?
Grave Tiger?
Sure.
I feel like that was his name. Growl Tiger.
You know who he reminded me of? He reminded me of Barbosa.
Yeah, I can
Pirates
see
of the
that.
Caribbean.
Giggles wants to know who your favorite cartoon cat is.
That's a long list of cats.
Does Snarf count as a cat?
Yes.
I think Snarf.
Snarf.
Garfield?
If we're just
Or
talking TV
Felix.
cats, maybe Sabrina's cat,
Salem.
I enjoyed Salem a lot.
Yeah, he's sassy.
He is sassy. There was also a cat named Sassy.
Was there?
Oh yeah, and Homeward Bound.
And Homeward Bound.
I thought you meant the movie. I was like, that's a super easy to put out their name. Who would have ever done that?
I don't know. I have to look up what cartoon cats there are.
While you do that, Sir Ian McKellen was quoted saying about cats, it's not only unfilmable, it's unstageable. It's a ridiculous enterprise. And Idris Elba said, when someone asked him to explain how it was being on the movie, he said, wow, what a way to throw me under the bus here. It's a classic. It's a big musical by Andrew Lloyd Webber. I guess it's about cats. How am I doing?
Giggle says Luna is her favorite from Sailor Moon. That is a fair choice.
That's a good choice.
Oh, there's the Cheshire Cat.
But is he anybody's favorite? He's very marketable, but I don't know if he's anybody's favorite.
A lot of people wear his merchandise. Depends on what you mean by castable or marketable.
There's Tigger. Oh, it was Tigger? Oh yeah, Tigger's cat. Tigers.
Close enough. Yeah, it's fine. We'll include him.
Oh, you know what my favorite cat is? The one from Oliver and Company. Oliver.
Yeah. It wasn't
real favorites.
It wasn't the two twins. Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying. I was like the one from Oliver and Company, which is Oliver.
Right.
How was your guys' favorite cat in Cats? Not the two twins that they also use in Men in Black, because we found two guys that could dance really well and said we're gonna put them in.
We hang on to them with everything we got.
But why do we have to put them in? Here's my thing, okay? Going back to cats, the logic is very frustrating. Why do some cats wear clothing and some cats don't? This introduces us into the issue in where Rebel Wilson unzips her skin and rips it off. But then
Just
also why Skimbleshanks has a whole railroad outfit, and fucking these two twins have tennis shoes. Just so you know that they're b-boys.
Maybe they already zipped those off camera.
So they all have their clothes off already.
They all have outside cat suits.
Or I was to say, or is that what it is? They all have a Rebel Wilson situation where they can all unzip. They just don't choose to.
Well, I assume Tap Dance Cat had already unzipped, and that's where his pants became visible.
That's fair, I guess.
But you know what? It was real awkward when Idris Elba Cat took off his jacket and hat, because then it's still like, okay, he's just a big naked cat now. Like,
it did make it more awkward that he wore an outfit the entire time and then took it off. Had he just been...
I'd like to change my answer to Thomas O'Malley.
Ooh, okay.
O'Malley the Alley Cat.
Okay.
It was a good one.
What was your favorite thing that McCavity screamed as he disappeared? Because mine was
it was just the meow. Yeah.
I think the meow. The McCavity that he does is second. So he goes, McCavity!
He goes super high pitched for no reason, because Idris Elba doesn't sound like that, but he goes, McCavity! Yeah,
because what else do you do as Idris Elba?
So, I kind of want to know if Bumble Arena was like a character that was done the same way in the Broadway, because Taylor Swift caught a bunch of shit for the catnip scene.
I was going to say, which cat's that? Okay.
Sorry, Taylor Swift. She doesn't even get an introduction song. Her song is introducing McCavity.
I call that T Swift Cat.
Yeah, T Swift Cat. She dumps catnip on everybody, and then they start writhing on the ground in pleasure. And so she cut a lot of flack for that, because it was like she was drugging them all.
Yeah, she was purposely drugging them. Like the ones that didn't get drugged, they're like, go after that one.
Was it parents about kids?
No, it was like it was during the, it's not okay to do things to people against their will.
Right, but did they know they were watching a bunch of cats?
But these cats had boobs.
Did they? I saw no nips.
Only T-Swizz.
She did have boobs. She shook them.
She's the only one that they didn't super edit out. Bam! Oh, her and Rebel Wilson.
You know what's funny about that too is I remember her scene the most, because it's just a common known thing. She can't dance. So I'm watching her scene going, she's just doing the least amount to get through her little two-step. Like, I just got to do it, zoom in on my face, watch me do a little move, zoom in on my face, watch me do a little move. I'm out.
I don't know, man. She's got some songs. I think she could dance.
No.
No, Taylor Swift can't.
Taylor Swift was like an open movie.
T-Swift's got the moves.
She's the one that made it cool to dance, though you couldn't dance.
Oh.
I think.
Is that
the
why?
one was like, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
You're just expressing yourself. Her and Ellen.
Her and Ellen. Yeah, she got a lot of shit for the whole thing, though.
Hey, don't be. You know what? When you went into that house, you knew what could possibly happen.
There was also a cat called Griddlebone or Meow Meow, who they don't ever really introduce either. But if you remember when they're singing the McCavity song, Bumbleina, so T-Swizz and Rumble Teaser and God, Mongo Jerry, these names.
But you know them all.
I do know them all. I've committed them to memory. She is the third one that's with them, and I have to imagine that there's an uncut scene somewhere that exists in this, or some scene that was cut in this world where she was also introduced.
You think they left that on the floor?
Yeah, definitely.
Scrapped it?
Definitely.
I think them. Any song that they cut out of this, I appreciate it.
You feel like they did you a service?
Yep.
That's fair.
They could have added a few more lines between songs.
You know, Taylor Swift's one of the few people that's like, I'm glad I did this movie. Because she's a humongous fan of Andrew Lloyd Webber. And she's like, I got to work with him. We're like bros now. So worked for me. I have no complaints.
I guess that's kind of fair, though.
It was a great, weird movie. And then him and her wrote the Beautiful Ghost song that you like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Stephanie, you didn't get to hear about this. So there was one positive out of this whole rewatching it thing for me was that I don't remember the song in the theater, but I thought this was actually a really pretty song. So other than memories, there's a song in there that I think is worth keeping, and it was called Beautiful Ghost. And it was written by, as Cleves just said, T-Swizz and Andrew Lloyd Webber.
That's the one about the...
That's the one Victoria sings. So evidently in the actual Broadway, Victoria never speaks. She is only to be interpreted based on her movement. Cleve just turned a lightsaber on.
I did. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
My Xbox is on and it turned off. So it went to like the green screen. And it lit up real bright. Give me a second. Keep talking. She never had any movement or any talking, so this was her way of being able to convey a story for this character. And if you notice, like, she doesn't talk very often other than this song. Also, I got you, Wolf. Thank you for the hydrate. She's got like 5 lines. And they're like, what's that? And then they explain it to her. And she's like, do what now? And that's it. There's got to be a cat named Generator, right? Or cats? Is that a thing?
Probably.
Because I feel like there's a Wu-Tang name generator. So like, yep, Cat's a musical name generator. Oh yes. Okay, what do we got? Oh, one sec, pulling it up. You know, sometimes you find not legit ones. That's fair. Sometimes it takes you to cheatcc.com and then. One sec. Do you remember that website? You go there and get the video game cheat CC, and you'd go and get your little video game cheat codes. But every time you open it, it'd open like 5,000 windows, and it didn't go well. Oh man!
Some of us don't cheat on video games.
Bullshit! You just didn't play video games you could cheat on.
This one's making me answer questions.
Well, it's not worth it anymore.
Try again. Keep talking.
Yeah, so they had big names in this film. Like, they had to have paid good money to these people. Let's see, we had, I count them on a hand, I guess. Top build people, by the way, are not the big names. Idris Elba, Rebel Wilson, Jason Derulo, Jennifer Hudson, James Corden, Judi Dench, Ian McKellen, Taylor Swift, and that's it for the big names. would say. But that is 8 big names. I mean, that's a lot
That's
of
a
people.
lot.
A lot of fucking people. And each one of them basically just had one song. McCavity showed up multiple times. Judi Dench sat in the background, but the rest of them like showed up every once in a while. But like, I think Cleve even made a point that at one time, Jason Derulo comes in just to hiss at somebody, and I think that was just him by himself in a studio real quick to do that. Like, it wasn't like they had to get everybody together. But I also want to point out the plot hole in this whole thing is that Mr. Mistopheles somehow found a way to use magic to bring Judi Dench back, but then they just straight stopped trying to bring back any of the other cats that were also there. Because Judi Dench could have been like, hey, there's actually like 6 other cats back there right now.
They're all competition. They were like, just forget about them.
Judi Dench, yeah. But like, so to end the plot of this whole movie, we've got about 8 more minutes in this episode. Victoria is not Jellicle when she starts out because she doesn't know what Jellicle means, but she becomes Jellicle in the end based on Judi Dench saying you're Jellicle because she sticks up for Grisabella, who is Jennifer Hudson, and says no, she's going to sing, and then pushes her to sing, and then everybody else is like, oh yeah, we were actually being dicks. She's got a cool song, and then we send her into the Heaviside layer in a hot air balloon that's made of a chandelier. And I needed to get that out because I needed people to hear what happened in this film, because they
listen to what I tell you.
They sent a cat into the sky in a hot air balloon to be reborn, and this hot air balloon was made of a chandelier and some balloons. While it's floating away, McCavity tries to grab onto it and then slips and falls and doesn't die, which is what I expected to happen, but falls on top of a statue so that they could show you that he then tries to do magic and has lost his magic. He was being an asshole the whole movie, so I don't understand why that action's what took away his magic. That doesn't make sense to me. And then, for whatever reason, at the very end, you get a very condescending speech and song from Judi Dench about how I'm supposed to talk to a cat, and it just makes me fucking hate cats now.
Yeah,
but now you know what it takes to be a cat.
I don't enjoy Judi Dench's song.
She left me with a piece of fucking wisdom that was, remember, when addressing a cat, the most important thing to remember is a cat is not a dog.
Yeah, we could have just ended with Jason Derulo. I mean, Idris Elba's character.
But that's a fact.
I kind of would have been okay if Idris Elba got to hold on to the rope.
What happened?
I said I would have been okay if Idris Elba floated off away with the fucking hot air balloon.
I assumed that he was abusing Jennifer Hudson with the cat.
No, I don't think so. Taylor Swift and Rumbleshanks and Rumpelteazer and Mongo Jerry. Oh, yeah, Mongo Jerry and Rumpelteazer all liked him. I think those were my 2 favorite names. I enjoy singing Mongo Jerry and Rumpelteazer a lot, and I liked their song the most out of the songs that were like actually introducing cats.
Was it just that pitch that they hit?
Yeah. Mongo Jerry. Yeah.
I have a lyric here that says, the rum-tum tugger is artful and knowing. The rum-tum tugger doesn't care for cuddling. He's a fuck. So instead of Jason Cat, it's a fuckboy cat.
Yeah,
that's who you are.
Fuckboy cat. Rum-tum tugger is a curious cat, okay? Oh, I promised I was gonna fucking put this out there.
Is that bisexual? Is that what you're saying?
I promised my wife I was going to embarrass her by putting this down here, and I hope she's listening right now. We were driving in the car, and I was making her listen to the soundtrack because she refused to watch it, so I was trying to force as much content as I could into her. And her daughter was asking all these questions, right? And it was just random questions about other things going on. And I was like, man, our daughter's been in that curious stage. And she goes, I don't mind it because, curiosity killed the cats. Thinking that I would laugh because she wanted me to turn the cat's radio off.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That was.
She laughed at it. No, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure I got that out there. Put it in.
The last thing that I can think to mention is if you can just, I don't know, because of how we're situated and everything. Also, old Deuteronomy, this is the first time she was a female. So,
Oh,
just
really? Old
just so you have
Deuteronomy is
that
normally a
information.
male. Interesting.
Yep.
So there's one point in the cat column.
Sure.
But
But if you were able to show that link that I sent you in the Zoom chat, that would be fantastic.
Yeah,
I don't remember how long it is. I'm being honest.
Work on that for you. I did get a fun fact from Doc about cats. That fun fact is cats can survive falls up to 32 stories. One was recorded even higher than that, but I can't remember how far it is. What's even cooler is that they were most likely to die when falling between 5 and 6 floors. Why?
Less
Because
time
they
to
don't have
react?
time. Yeah, they don't have time for their bodies to adjust and flip.
What did you send me? And am I going to get copyrighted on this bad boy?
I hope
Is it Will Smith?
it is.
I just want to make sure I was.
It's a scene from a movie.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pull it up for you, man.
Cats have like this mechanism in their body that lets them turn towards the ground. Squirrels also have this really cool way of doing that.
Well, don't worry about that. I'll just tell you about it.
Okay.
So there's a scene in this movie. I can't remember the movie because it's gone now. But it's Will Smith where he's talking to a group of people, and he said that his dad was directing the movie Cats, and Ian McKellen's also in the movie as they're talking about the idea to direct the movie. And Will Smith's character goes, they had to drop the project because there's no way to direct the movie Cats. And yet, it still stands. This obviously came out before Cats did, and we still got it.
Oh yeah, Will Smith looks really young in the. Do you send me?
Cats, baby.
Was there anybody that? Yeah. Final thoughts, Steph.
I mean, you should watch it, but not because it's good.
You feel better watching it the second time.
I don't want to keep watching it. It's not a good movie. And it just makes me look for more mistakes. That's all I start looking for now.
We left
2021, we're doing the musical. Get ready.
Oh, yes. We left the theater and Stephanie was real positive about the whole thing.
She was.
Don't let her fool you.
She was like, yeah. She tried to get the
because it's like, this is a bad
cup.
movie, and that was an enjoyable bad movie. I like enjoyable bad movies.
It was one of the last things we got to do it together as a group for the podcast, like in person for the podcast, which is unfortunate.
The podcast dies, and that was the last memory.
I still think that this is 100% what brought 2020 on. But Cleve, final thoughts?
Yes, it's still. I counterpoint to what Stephanie was saying. Don't watch it. I would rather you watch us than this. Not everybody doesn't have to go through this. Just let us do it.
That's fair. We did.
And
there's
we'll
an episode
deliver it
on
to you.
YouTube. There's an episode on YouTube right now that you can go watch where we freshly had just watched it, went home and recorded an episode.
I'd rather watch this movie than any Adam Sandler movie ever again.
That's fair. That's there's a
wrong. Waterboy's still good.
That's true.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Waterboy is still good. I watch Waterboy quite often.
And Mr. Deeds maybe.
They use the law of conservation of angular momentum. If we're going to get into it, theory for why they died at that height was that they tensed up most at that point, and anything more they began to relax again. Mama said, "Captain Encino takes no mercy." Still my favorite quote. That's only die. Anyways, yeah, no.
You want to date a boy who got sheets of deputy dog? That's his sheets over there.
She showed me her boobies, and I'd like to too.
Next episode.
I'm not watching it. I'm not watching any more Adam Sandler movies. I'm going on an Adam Sandler strike.
Movies. But anyways, I think my final thought on it, like I said, is that 2020 was brought on because Cats the musical was released.
That's fair.
Yeah, we're gonna end tonight's episode. I guess we could just end it like we normally do. Huh?
Yep.
All right. Well, if you guys have suggestions for episodes or want to see more live episodes, let us know. You guys can reach us at all of our social medias. What social medias do we have, Cleve?
We have a Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. They're all Friendship Supreme, except Twitter has no eyes in the word friendship. All eyes typically make it to our YouTube channel, where you can go to youtube.com and search Friendship Supreme, or twitch.tv/Friendship Supreme, where you can watch maybe more live episodes like this. Or at least Michael and I playing games every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 10 p.m. Central Time.
Yeah. Shit. I've been Michael.
I'm Cleve Castrophysicist. That's my cat name. I couldn't find a generator.
I'm Stephagus.
Oh, good.
All right. Michael's just Michael. Lame.
Victoria's just Victoria.
That's fair. But that's because she wasn't Jellicle yet. Duh.
You get a name when you're Jellicle. They had a whole song about getting
Michael
another name.
ain't Jellicle.
Let's be honest, guys. We know I'm not Jellicle. It was not a surprise.
Well, let me ask you. Do you now understand cats better?